Then the other aspect that I want to see, there's an outcry out there in terms of the Kwacha appreciation. People are complaining. We say, we don't drama.
Whose responsibility is it for the people to feel? Because the negative effect, it seems like
there's someone who's not working. We need to look for the institution that needs to protect us as individuals. Because this consumer protection commission, all right?
Yes.
No, those guys, I think they are more. It's like they are a limited institution.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kutika, the podcast, season 3. I don't know what episode this is. I wouldn't like to even bother because I don't know which episode Marco is going to post. But we're back. MD here, Mulanga. What's up, bro? You doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Our Kwacha is one of the best performing currencies in the world.
True.
If I'm not mistaken, it should be like a second or the third up there. So it's been appreciating consistently. That's another game for Hakainde in Hichilema. He promised to. They say.
Work on the economy.
Yeah, they say. I think it's a pressure to deliver for the youths because he knows that we're not very patient.
Yes.
Like we will trust you, and then if you live up to your word, we will have your back.
Yeah.
But if you think you're going to be funny, like the way you've always been, we teach you a lesson. And I think he gets us. That's what's working for him. But overall, our currency has been performing well. But one thing that people are complaining about, say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, when our currency is performing bad, the prices go up. Within 24 hours, you see people, producers and everyone else start complaining, hey, cost of production, everything increases. But when the opposite happens, it's a serious debate. No, another example. Let me give you. One of the episodes. I should have been our last episode. We talked about the DSTV, the rumor of increasing the prices, and people are like, "No, with this debate, they're not going to increase." Oh, there's a shocker, my friend. As I post, let me read to you right now. Okay. This is in real time. Our previous debate, it was just a rumor to say they want to increase the prices. Oh, yeah. This time around, they've even put figures on it.
Oh yeah.
But our currency is performing well. You get the contrast, right?
Yeah.
So our more choice, Zambia increases subscription fees for DSTV stay packages. So one of the lowest packages, which was at 220, moves to 245. That's a 25 kwacha increase.
25 kwacha increase.
Another package which was at 350 moves to 395. And the final package, which has been increased by 45 kwacha, it was at 460. This is the outdoor package, has been increased by 45 kwacha from 460 to 515. So now people are like, wait a second. You say our kwacha is increasing. Value, whatever is best performing currency in the world. Yeah. Yes. And we see the numbers going up, but the price of things aren't changing. So what's the benefit?
No, it has actually. I think.
Or the price of things are changing.
Yeah, okay. I was actually seeing something on social media about the price of mealie meal.
Okay.
Has reduced, and I think ShopRite seems to be the one that is leading in terms of reductions of these
commodities.
Commodities, yeah, and not only commodities, just in general. I think I saw Ratsa also reducing on bus fares.
Okay. There was a debate there, if you remember.
No, they have put it up now. It's actually official. They've actually reduced.
They even did that previously. They put up the price and then the operators didn't accept it, if you remember.
It's just indiscipline when it comes to that. I'm sorry for lack of better.
It's indiscipline, but the effect to me as a customer
is
institutions
institutions tasked to do certain things.
Yes.
If they say this is how it's going to be.
Yes.
And I want to believe they've been in talks. There are times where certain decisions are made when they reach a stalemate, where they cannot agree. But at the end of it all, an institution is tasked to actually make
a decision,
and it just needs to be implemented, whether you like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Quite alright, we have seen the reduction of fuel like twice. The first one they refused to reduce, but this time it's like they've agreed because it has reduced. Then they didn't reduce, yeah. and now again it has reduced. So they have no choice but to reduce. Though the reduction is not much, because I've seen the difference of like 1 kwacha.
One kwacha. But the increase was like 3 kwacha.
The increase was like 3 kwacha. So now I've always said, and I always say this, like if you look at it, I do not know who and which institution is actually responsible for protections of
Consumer
consumers.
protection.
I don't know if that
There's a thing called the Consumer
Protection
Unit,
Commission, something like that.
It should be under Ministry of Commerce.
But it's like it's more reactive to if I'm going to be differentialized based on the product that I buy, not to prevent, control, and actually maintain certain prices of commodities. The other aspect that I want to share, the one you're talking about, mouth choice. You see, it is even the president is proud. He said yesterday at
official opening.
I want to believe he mentioned something like,
oh yes, he
the
did.
economy is, he's proud about that. But it's like this thing. Let me say it in Nyanja. It's like in my setting by DSTV now. You know why I'm saying in my setting?
Yeah.
The
president makes a pronouncement.
The president makes a pronouncement. And
less than 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours, you decide to go the opposite. Everyone is actually calling for reduction of prices and commodities. And you, on your package, even when there's an outcry of the public to say DSTV needs to
reduce.
To start with, the Kwacha is appreciating, meaning now the purchasing power of our Kwacha is higher than it used to be.
True.
Meaning what you've been or you are making in terms of the difference should actually be the reduction that you need to make. Then on top of that, then you go like, you know what, I don't care, I'm going to just increase it in my setting. There's no any other perfect way in my setting. You cannot, the head of state make those pronouncements and you go and...
the opposite direction.
No, it's like these guys are just trying to find an excuse. Maybe they want to park.
Exit.
So the easiest way to actually have an excuse for you to park is actually increase the prices, and there'll be an uproar of people in the community. Then you okay, we can't operate in this country.
Is that the way of them justifying maybe if they fire their staff, like they're trying to first fire their Zambian staff and then exit?
Have people been fired that...
No, I'm saying if you're saying they're trying to exit, but they're trying to have a clean exit where they're not sued for...
so where obvious... it's not to say, it's just... I'm speculating.
Allegations.
Allegedly. I'm just speculating, I'm just thinking, it's my thoughts.
Yes.
I'm not saying DSTV wants to park or something, but it doesn't make sense at every level that you think about it, because these guys have been with us for a very long time.
Yeah.
And as Zambians, we've been very loyal. You were just actually mentioning to say Zambia is on the biggest market that they have, not even in South Africa.
Where they come from?
Because right now, as we speak, the rand, the Kwacha and the rand, the Kwacha is more stronger than the rand.
Yes.
And mostly their bases in South Africa. So what are the bases of
and the price of the bouquets in South Africa is very different if you are to convert
prices of bouquets in South Africa. If we were to convert it to Kwacha, you find we are paying a lot more money
by far.
So does it mean we need to go and open our accounts in South Africa?
And people have been doing that.
People have done that, where you can open an account
and then you pay for a year. You only travel once a year to go and
You can even have someone pay for you that side. Can you pay for me this bouquet?
But why go through such an inconvenience when you've got a branch here? Why should I go and open a bouquet, South African bouquet?
You can say all manner of things to say the cost of doing production in this country is higher. No, you can't. You can't. How many local things do they produce here? Local programs do they produce here? No. So when we talk of the currency reducing, the Kwacha appreciating, we should feel the impact. And the impact the way we're going to feel the impact is the only way of, look, our monies have got the purchasing power now.
Yeah.
So whether you like it or not, let's assume we are buying something, I'll take it the time when it was at 22 Kwacha. We are buying something at, even just, someone wants to buy and order a car online. If a car is about $2,000 or $3,000, so now you have to multiply it by, is it 15 Kwacha? Let's just put it roughly 15. What's the difference? The difference is about 7. You understand? Meaning that 7 Kwacha DSTV is stealing from us. They are making huge, and they want to make huge profits out of it. is there someone who regulates these guys, or they just wake up from nowhere? Who regulates prices in this country?
You should be in a better position to answer that.
Yeah,
you said the consumer protection unit is supposed to be tasked with that, but you said
then we're giving a task to these guys to actually give us what are the procedures.
But then again, a debate will come up to say they're interfering with the private sector.
No, it's not about interfering with private sector. The government, the reason why we have government in place is actually protecting and making sure that the welfare of citizens is actually protected at all costs.
Yes.
And this is the reason why government now, or these institutions, parastatal companies, or parastatal, what do you call them, institutions,
yes,
they come in, it's actually to supplement the works of government.
Yes.
So now, you can't dictate certain prices in certain countries. You just go and put and establish your company and say, no, I'm going to do this. And they will tell you in his country you're going to. You can only do this. You cannot go this much. This and the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So in these countries, like these people just decide to wake up and do things that they want
as they wish.
There's an institution that is not working. We cannot be calling DSTV direct to say, DSTV, can you reduce? There's an institution and an authority that these guys report to and they are under. Okay?
Yes.
Are they not supposed to be under? Is it IB?
Yes.
IBS something.
Something to do with broadcasting. Yes.
Yes.
It's IBC or whatever. The ones that shut down to
Prime TV.
Prime TV.
Then let's see them swing into action now.
DSTV.
No, you can shut it down. Guys, this is our country. Let's not live in our country like
no, I'm not against that fight.
No, those guys have come to make money out of this. It is our money.
It's not a charity organization.
You know, it's not a charity organization. Yes, this is the reason why I refuse to, like, every time when you pay for a service, you need to get the service accordingly. Okay? The value for your money. But it's like you're paying more than the value of a service that is given to you.
True.
That's stealing. Okay, so the other aspect that I want to make mention besides DSTV, before I even move out of this, DSTV has got no choice. They just need to reduce.
But they're going in the opposite direction.
It's actually
this reading I'm giving you just happened an hour ago.
Because at the end of it, this is the part where now we need to see now the ministry involved. I mean, in direct line with things like that, coming in and actually telling them to say, no, you cannot do that.
Because but then again, why should there always be an outcry for the people before they do their job? Because, dude, you've been given a task to say, this is your responsibility. This is why you report for work every day, is to look after such things. Why should I keep on reminding you, hey, you're going to have to do anything now? No,
it could be a good thing because you've got, sometimes you and me are actually government. So those people that we've put in authority to work on that, this is a partner, we are their eyes. So we see like, okay, there's a problem here, then we report to them like it needs to be worked on.
So
but the time that has taken, or maybe they were waiting for DSTV to react because that was just a rumor.
Oh, so now that
that DSTV has literally put it officially to say they are increasing, no institutions now can go in. But the question that comes in, we do not need to be reactive. Let's be proactive. Somebody should have engaged DSTV. This rumor is going on, and someone should have issued a statement to say, no, we've engaged DSTV based on the rumor that then DSTV has refuted these rumors and says they are not doing that. But from the look of things, I want to believe they have not been engaged. They've gone ahead to actually adjust, and they are adjusting upwards, not downwards.
Upwards, 45 kwacha, that's a lot of money. That's almost 50 kwacha increase.
That's a lot of money. So they need to
adjust.
Maybe it was a mistake. That was supposed to be adjustment of.
Let's wait and see.
Because if they reduce by 20 kwacha, people still
the people want it at 45 kwacha. If it's a reduction, if you are about to increase by 45 kwacha, you might as well reduce it by 45 kwacha.
If they reduce at 45, that's fine. Then the other aspect that I want to see, there's an outcry out there in terms of the kwacha appreciating. People are complaining. To say, drama, there's no money circulating. Yes, the economy is seeming to be doing fine. I don't know the mechanism on how these things work, but at the end of it, yes, the kwacha is actually one of the best performing currencies in the world. Not ahead from the head of state in the world, not in Africa.
Yeah, those statistics are in the world. It should be like a third in the world.
Yes, so it's doing very fine, and whatever means the people that are doing and working, it's really working. But at the end of it, or the question
If
that
it
we
does not
ask
trickle
is,
down.
are we feeling the impact? Or this appreciating of Kwacha is actually beneficial to the big business people?
The elitist, as the
The
PF now,
elite.
they are trying to say, no, UPND is elitist government.
No, that one I wouldn't want to
You
even,
wouldn't
go into it much because I don't know the mind
nitty-gritty.
behind
Yeah,
what
everyone's got an
whatever
agenda.
they say.
That's true.
But what I'm trying to put across, the appreciating of the Kwacha, you as an individual, how is it benefiting you?
No, if I gave you an example to say the Kwacha has appreciated and then my subscription to such a package is increasing, but you gave me an example to say commodities like minimum have been reduced in places like ShopRite. Are those confirmed facts, or have you gone to there to buy a thing and you found it at a lower price?
When I went there was something that I went to buy. It was actually on promotion, but the day that I went, the promotion had ended. So I don't know
if
if
you
this
buy
reduction-
things on promotion and you're thinking...
No, okay. The production, the promotions, I don't know if the reduction is on promotions, because promotion come to an end.
Oh yeah, you buy
So,
the
but
trend-
the Milimi one, I have seen it. But you see how social media is.
Yes.
Social media can actually take a
Great
photo
question.
of some
Yes.
years back
Yes.
and put another one and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the question that we would ask is, if the Kwacha is appreciating,
Yes.
do we need to wait for a Kwacha to be against the dollar, maybe at 10 Kwacha? That's when we feel the impact. We need to be, because every time the dollar, the Kwacha depreciate, the impact, we feel it immediately. It's with immediate effect. Today the Kwacha, let's assume the Kwacha depreciate. Just even about 2 Kwachas, we'll be able to see the increase of almost everything. So the impact that we're talking about, and seriously, these things we need to be talking about. I do not know, but we need to be talking about. Okay, the value of things that we are buying needs to look at how many things that we are paying. Because it needs to trickle down from even how much we are paying for certain bills.
Yes.
You know, this needs to trickle down. We're not talking about
But then, like,
this.
if we're talking about bills, which brings into ZESCO. They say previously it was very subsidized. That's why you find that...
okay, there we might not, because that is more of a political thing. But I'll give you an example of if...
Bus fares or what?
Bus fares, one. We talk of maybe internet bundles. No, and packages.
Those are another culprit, because
no, they would say they are buying whatever it is from, obviously it is quoted in
US dollars.
So meaning the amount of packages in terms of internet needs to reduce.
Yes.
Starting from Airtel, MTN and the
Zamtel.
So what we are buying for about maybe a certain amount needs to reduce to a certain point, because this is, if you like you've put it and you said, I need to feel the impact. Oh, the Kwacha has appreciated. How have I benefited? Because it needs to trickle down to even a marketeer to say, look, the vegetables that I was buying at 5 Kwacha, I can buy them at 3 Kwacha now. You understand? So we need...
as things stand here, Muyanga, where do we stand? Have we felt the impact of the increase?
No, not yet.
We have not felt the impact.
Because
but then again, whose responsibility is it for the people to feel? Because the negative effect, it seems like
there's someone who's not working. We need to look for the institution that needs to protect us as individuals. Because this consumer protection
unit,
commissioner, right?
Yes.
No, those guys, I think they are more. It's like they are a limited institution. They can only go to a certain level. Okay. They cannot go outrightly. I do not know how the institution is established. Yet we are yet to be educated on this one by even our viewers here.
Yes.
But I'll give you an example. When we talk of that, how much, if we talk of even just the bathing soap that you use, you need to feel that.
Yes.
Even the lotion that you use, we need to feel that.
Yes.
Okay. The amount, the clothes that we, okay, yes, they might say, no, this is old stock and this needs to clear. But come on. Even if this needs to clear, how long have we done that? We have seen this in on fuel. They say no reduction of thing, and they reduce, and they say it's with immediate effect. If ERB is able to do that on fuel, why don't we have another institution as ERB does it? Why don't we have another institution that ERB is being effective?
Yes.
When the Kwacha depreciates, ERB increases.
Yes.
Yes, and so we saying, in terms of prices for other commodities, is it's a free fall or free rise of prices. It's
it's
floating in the air, however you want.
You feel as whatever store. It seems that's what it is.
Even a bread price needs to reduce.
No,
it's the value for the man. But where should come temgo, you know? No, the issue that we are talking about is everything needs to go down, because you see what happens is like if you are giving out something to someone, you are going to say, okay, look, the amount of money and the value for what I'm paying for, it's for at this level. It needs to maintain at that level. So should you feel like okay, it has the Kwacha has appreciated, everything needs to be felt. Everything needs to be felt. Everything needs to come down.
Yes.
Okay. Because it's tricky. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I'm siding with you, and that's the reality. The impact of the appreciation of our Kwacha has not been felt. And then another example for a YouTuber like me, when you talk about the internet, that's like my baby. Like last I checked, it just increased, and we've not reduced how much we're paying for the internet, have we?
So far,
no. So the past 6 months, it keeps on increasing. In fact, now they've even started increasing silently. Previously, they would notify you to say, no, there's a decrease. When you go and subscribe, they tell you, no, you're missing 50 Kwacha. Wait. I stocked up enough money for you to auto-renew. I don't know, the 50 Kwacha is missing. So you can see, when it's time to increase, it's instant. When it's time to reduce,
the Kwacha appreciating is good image for the international.
But if the people do not feel it, it hurts the whoever is involved.
Because it's like this whole thing. It will sound a little more political, but these things are reality on the ground. It's like you hear the president when he's addressing parliament, he says and proudly say it has Kwacha is doing fine. The appreciation.
I mean, the globe is saying the same thing.
Hold on, yes, and even the world out there know to say it is appreciating. But the ultimate reason and something to celebrate is the people. It needs to trickle down to the people.
That's why it matters.
I'm going to say to someone in a rural area in this country, they need to not say, oh. I'll say it in Nyanja. Like we all know, cooking oil is known as salad. Oh, salad tenzogula mtengo waso. Apa yakwa salad wakambati dollar in Ashta. You know, it's very funny to say in the rural setup, even the people that do not understand dollar, when prices go up, wakambati carry dollar pa yakwela. You know, can't we have the same people saying vinachipa vintu carry dollar yakwa?
Yes.
So we're talking about if people in the rural area can say imitengo na shikwela because dollar na ikwela. Why can't we have the same people say imitengo na shipona because dollar na ipona? This is what we need to do. This is what we need to do.
And that's why it matters.
Yeah. This is how we are going to know even the other people there, like, okay, the people in the rural area that don't even have a clue of what a dollar is and how these things are done and stuff. The impact is felt when he's going to say that, but President Barebomba. Because if you do not chupako, this is the language that the people understand out there is. If intuna fidura, this one is not working. If intuna cheaper, this one is working.
True.
Okay? If you're going to build a road here, say like, these people value because they've built this and that. So this is the same thing we're talking about. Kwacha has appreciated. Can we spread it over and let everyone feel the impact? Let everyone feel the impact. If I'm going to buy something that I was spending like a lot more money. Like I gave an example of I'm buying a car for $3,000. This time, let me put it at $2,000. This time I need to pay only about 30,000 Kwacha. By that time, if I needed, I would pay about 44,000 Kwacha when it was at 22 Kwacha. 44,000. What's the difference? The difference is huge. Okay, so this should be felt by every person, especially the lowly people that might not even have the literacy of understanding what exchange rate is.
True.
So on that one, really,
that's why it matters.
Let institution go flat out to know to say, okay, this impact, this which has been done like this, because prices actually people argue. I think I heard where millers are trying to, every time millers want to increase the prices of meal, there's always a minister, the Minister of Agriculture engaged to say no. Then they argue their point, the cost of doing business and production is high and we cannot maintain this, we'll be making a loss. And now there's that negotiation, okay, let's reach at this level. When salary increment, they are negotiating for a salary increment, they will say, no, this and that, this and that. Even salary increment will be, need to feel like the impact of the exchange rate, because what you get paid now, you need to feel it to say like, oh, okay, now I'm able to buy more. The purchasing power of my currency is good. I'm able to buy a lot more things than I used to.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, those are our thoughts on the increase of our appreciation of our kwacha. That's a good thing. But overall, if the general public does not feel the impact in terms of the commodities that they buy, then it just becomes talk that the world seems to be celebrating, but the people on the ground are not feeling. But overall, it's supposed to be me as a general public. When I walk into a store, how much am I getting things at? How much am I paying for the internet and everything else? When that is felt, that's a good thing. We can celebrate together. Otherwise, this has been Kutika. Be sure to share this video, like it, leave a comment. We'll engage with you, and we'll catch you next time.